Well, Christmas has arrived. Christmas has arrived here to Hochanda. And it has in the form of the 5 days of Christmas. Now, this is an event that we are running, we're launching right now with the amazing pink ink designs. But of course, we do have got this event running until the 28th on Monday. And what it consists of, whatever you purchase during the day, you will get a voucher of £5 added to your account to be able to spend the next day. Now, that voucher expires at midnight the following day, which means that you have got that next day to spend it. Now, that is on orders over £30. If you're flexible in something, or that has to be, the first payment has to be of £30. And that is the event of course, the 5 days of Christmas here at Hochanda. And you can do that once per day, but every day you can do that. So why not go ahead and start shopping like I know you are doing already at home. But let's introduce the one-day special from Pink Ink Designs Christmas. Now, we have got Mel in the studio, we have got Cathie in the studio. Let's say hello first to Mel. Hello, Mel.
Hi, Paola. Lovely to be back.
It's so special to start the Christmas event with Pink Ink Designs with both Mel and, of course, we have got Cathie as well. Now, the whole Christmas collection you have got by guest designers.
Yes.
So the one-day special is by
Alexandra Gicu and Natasha Chora.
And Alexandra is based in Italy, isn't she?
She's Italian, yes.
Now, we have got 4 brand new, beautiful stamps. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration?
Her artwork is all inspired by nature. She loves nature. But in this instance, she's gone down the nature route. We've asked for specifics, and she's really come up trumps, we think. Beautiful design. She's got a very, very specific style.
It is absolutely stunning. Look at that. Look at that. Now, we have forgot, I need to tell you, we are having some technical issues, so do not check out your baskets just yet, because the discount that you are going to get for the one-day special, it's not been applied yet. So please hold on your horses, don't worry about it, but please, we are trying to fix it as soon as we can, so you get the phenomenal one-day special, but with that discount as well. So please just hold on for a second, but you can see, I'm going to show you a beautiful samples that, of course, the design team has been making. And you can see the beautiful stamps in there. I love how your design team works, because it's an explosion of color and different techniques as well.
They're like us, they love colour. Absolutely love colour.
Yeah, look at that. I love this. Is Make-A-Wish.
There's sort of she loves new moons, new beginnings, whimsical sort of styling, lots of curls and swirls, and she's very, she's brilliant.
Now, I can tell you that, of course, the graphics now are back working, so now you can check out. It's funny, isn't it, that we're telling them not to check out.
Don't buy anything.
Now you can do it. Now you have got the details on the screen, and of course you can see that saving of £10. And of course you have got the flexi-buy option as well to spread the cost in interest-free payments. Now, of course, you have got in here the robin. You have got the Pear Tree, the Winter Garden, and Make-A-Wish. Can you tell us a little bit about this sample? Because it's stunning.
This is by a lady called Janet Broomfield, and we invited her to be a guest designer for this particular group of stamps. And she's stamped that, and she's embroidered it to within an inch of its life. It's absolutely lovely. She's put so much work into it. And she's got a little dog called Timothy.
Oh, who is
Dachshund.
Dachshund. Oh, isn't that, I just love these stories. And this is like kind of the family as well, that kind of you build in as well.
I think he helps her with her crafting a lot, not always in a good way.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Now you are getting, of course, the gorgeous in a Pear Tree. Look at that. Glorious. I mean, and the size of the stamps as well.
They're big.
They're big. And that means that, of course, I'm thinking cards for Christmas, but also for decorations like little, for the tree, like big bubbles into fabric.
Yeah, we've got some baubles done, and they look a treat. And of course, you see, you've got the partridge there, but if you wanted to make smaller baubles, you just use the head of the partridge.
Absolutely, look at that. And I think in decoupaging as well, these feathers as well, they're glorious. Now, and then we have to show Make-A-Wish, because then we go in a little bit more into whimsical territory.
Yes, we are. And the beauty of this particular stamp is that it's not just for Christmas.
Absolutely.
It could be used across the year.
Across, yeah.
So,
and also for those people that maybe don't celebrate Christmas, but they want to celebrate maybe the, you know, the, oh, now I cannot think of the word, not the equinox, the
solstice and things like that.
Yeah, that's the winter solstice, that's exactly. That kind of also works really well.
It does, yes, very much so.
And I want to show you as well this sample, because the envelope, is that using the smaller
It's just an element, yes, that one of our design team made, Karen Royal, and she decorates a lot of her envelopes, and they look stunning because you open the card and they go together. And
of course, it frames the area to, of course, write. You know.
So she tends to use a post-it note, and she stamps around it, and as a sort of a cover.
Yeah.
And then she'll take the post-it off and she'll add more decoration. You'll see several going through the stamps.
And then look at that. Sorry, it's just, I know I'm taking time with the samples, but I just think that as always, the design team, look at that beautiful, but it's the artwork. Now it can be yours by purchasing this amazing stamp collection. Remember, now you can check out your baskets. Remember, you have got that saving of £10, and of course you have got the FlexiBuy option to spread the cost in 2 payments of £29.98. 854-323 is your item number. If you want one-off payment, £59.96, and this is the start of the Christmas, of course. But we have got the, well, this is another brand new bundle, and this puts a smile in my face.
All the little mice. You can't help but love a mouse, can you?
Yes. Well, I kind of pronounce this correctly. Chris Mouse.
Merry Christmas, yes.
I love that. It's just kind of, and of course you have got so many different elements to create stories with this.
Exactly.
And then you get a Christmas carol.
There's an awful lot to go out with these stamps.
Oh no! I started very quickly. Let's speak very quickly. Nobody will notice. That's it. And then we have got Like Bells Ring. And look at that. Now, immediately you said that they are by Natasha Shohra.
Yes.
And is based in the UK.
She is.
And she's French origin.
French origin,
yeah,
yes,
so
that's right.
Look at all those different elements. Look at her face as well. Now, it's just incredible, the stories that you can tell with this. And we have got, talking about the stories, we do have got, look at that. Can you tell us a little bit more about this, Mel?
So this again is one of our design team members, Karen, again, and she decided to create a story that runs through across all 3 of Natasha's stamps, plus one of her ones that you saw earlier on in the year, the fairy on the tree stump. And it's all about giving out presents and eating too many mince pies, and it's just so well done.
It's just, and kind of course, you can do that, and then you can then do cards out of it, and then send them like cards, and it just, but look, it's just glorious. And also love the scale that you have got larger ones and the smaller ones, again for the bigger projects as well. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? I love that. Love, love, love that. Now, if you want to go for this collection, brand new today, 780841 is your item number. Now, if you want to FlexiBuy, you have got that option. You do payments of £23.49 or one-off payment of £46.97. In whichever case, you have got a saving of £5.50. And now you can check your baskets because, of course, their savings are now active. Then we have got rice paper, also brand new.
Brand new.
Yeah. Now it is a pick and mix, so you can choose whichever 2 packs. Each of those packs will contain 12 sheets in total. No,
6 sheets.
6 sheets, 3 designs, 2 of each. Sorry, kind of read that wrong. And you know the different options. So shall we go with Free to Dream? Look at that. Now this is Cathie's artwork.
This is all Cathie's artwork. Everything is hand illustrated on these.
Look at. You know, I fell in love completely with this beautiful unicorn, because I always think that Cathie's artwork has a sophisticated, whimsical look to them. You know, it has got the fantasy, but also realism.
Yes, that's right. We tend to we pick our subject matter. We do use subjects that aren't real, but often we use ones that are real and then create our designs from them.
Now that was Free to Dream. Then another option is a Winter Wonderland. Now you were telling me, because I said, well, I do think that I recognize the hair, but it has been reworked.
Completely redrawn, yes.
So if you want a brand new rice paper, and remember rice paper are, you know, these printed on mulberry paper, beautiful. So you can tear them and you can do all sorts of.
That's right.
And now already 20% of the hair has already gone, and you can see also the pattern in the background here. And then finally we have got the other last option, Let It Snow, and look at that. Now you were telling us something about the white peacock.
They're real. You can get white peacocks.
And they are not like unicorns then?
No. Well, I believe in unicorns, Paola.
Well, it's true, actually. They do exist. I mean, they're man-made mostly, but, you know. Look at that. Oh, I love the tree as well. Look at the detail. Now, remember, it's a pick and mix, so you choose whichever 2 packs you want, and you're going to get, in total, you would get 12. So basically, in each pack, there is 6, 3 designs, 2 of each design. $9.98 is the price for 2 of them, and of course, you're saving £2. 625789 is your item number. And then we are going to the 8x8 papers. Now, when my producer, my director, and I, we were introduced to these beautiful papers, we were like, oh, we want them all because they are so stunning. Again, it features Cathie's artwork. All of Cathie's artwork. Every line is hand drawn. Wow, can you imagine that? Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Look, it's stunning. Now, also, something really clever about these papers. Now, this is not just a flat paper, is it? No, not at all. That transforms into that. Look at that. Because you have got the template for this. Let me grab it properly. In the back. So you just cut and fold? Cut, score and fold, sorry, yes. Cut, and look at that. And then you have got another one, which is the little box house as well, so you can hang that on the tree. $539,196 is the price for both of them, and you are getting also the, what I call it, the blender, the backgrounds. Yes. Look at this beautiful. They're plain without being too plain. They are interestingly, yes. They're interesting, solid sort of colors. You know, they have got texture. Yes. Look at that. That's beautiful. $539,196 is your item number. £16.98 for both of them, and of course you are saving £3. And then if you like, sorry, I'm kind of moving. I'm just so excited. I kind of move. I do apologize. Now this is the 12x12 paper pads, and now they are absolutely stunning. They are the same designs, but expanded. That's right, yes. So people have got options for size. So you have got in here, so if maybe you like a bigger projects, this probably will be the one to go for. So you can see that, and you can see the designs in here. It's just, and you can see the difference in size. So you can see it, if I put it in here, the difference in size, so still would be absolutely stunning. And the house that you have got in here, if I put it there, you can see it, and that's how you will, look at that. And remember what Mel just said, every line has been hand drawn by Cathie. And then, can I show this beautiful, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that just amazing? Isn't it gorgeous? Right, if you want to go for this paper pads, 604041, £29.98 is your price. You're saving £4. Now, Mel, we're going to say goodbye. Well, no, bye-bye, or see you later. Au revoir. Au revoir. And we are going to get, of course, Cathie to do the demonstrations. But why not jump ahead to the website? Because you can see exactly everything that we have got in the website. Now, everything that we have got in the show, including of course those brand new stamps. You can get them individually. So maybe you are thinking, I could get those stamps for my friend, I want to go for the one-day special, but maybe that stamp will be perfect for my friend. You can do that. There is also booking for cards. We also have got the multi-surface paints that of course Cathie uses them. And also there is even more, so like for instance the Sakura koi color as well. We do have got the microfiber fabric that Cathie always uses to create those fabric projects. And I believe that's what is going to show us at the very beginning, the first demonstration. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh,
I'm
well,
ready.
let's join
I'm
Cathie.
back. I'm back. Do you like my new fashion accessory?
I love it. I love it. And
Mel made it for me.
oh,
Isn't it
that's
lovely?
It's really just gorgeous.
Yeah. And actually we'll be going to show basically how this is made, but we'll do that tomorrow. But it's all hand painted with 3D element on it as well, so that'll be one of the demos.
Fabulous.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right, you'll have to bear with me because I'm feeling incredibly emotional about being back on set. It's really, really lovely to be back. I'm going to try and be very professional and do what I'm here to do, but
We are very happy that you are here.
well, thank you. And actually, thank you so much for really going out of your way to facilitate me coming in, because I know, you know, you've done wonders to make me feel comfortable about coming back. So I'm really, really grateful for that. So anyway, what I want to do is we're going to start with the first demo doing fabric painting. Now, I just want to give a quick show of where we're going to end the hour. This is going to be a step-by-step demo of stamping and painting on the microfiber. So we're going to go all the way through from the beginning to the end. So anybody who's new to pink ink and wants to know how to do it, we're going to go through it really slowly and concisely so you'll know what to do. So that's going to be in the latter part of this hour. But what I want to start with is the microfiber, which I think we've got this on the show, haven't we?
Well, we thought that we had it. We think it's maybe an end of call item, so it might be on when you go to check out, either on the phone or on the website. Either, you know, if you're on the website, say, well, free add-on, free delivery add-on, or if not, you on the phone, and they might say to you, would you like to add some microfiber? But we are double checking whichever option it is, so let you know. Definitely, we have it in stock.
Yeah, we do usually bring it in all of the time, so I'll be surprised if it isn't on. But I wanted to explain why we use microfiber, and that is because it ticks all the boxes for us. We can stamp on it, we can paint on it, we can stitch on it, we can do PVA on it, so we can cut out, which is how we did the little elements on the face mask, and it's a man-made fabric, and gone are the days when we were children when you had something that was man-made and you thought actually it was the poor relation. This actually is more expensive for us to buy in than cotton, yes. Wow. It's designed for the fashion industry to mimic linen, so it feels like linen, it looks like linen, it behaves like linen, except it doesn't crease. So actually this is a damp one, this is the dry. I mean, I don't think it will look any different on camera, and I'll tell you in a moment why I've done it damp. But this is not to say that you can't do your painting on cottons, linens, man-made, natural fibres, all sorts of things you can do it on. But the reason why we have chosen to do the microfiber is, it's just a little illustration here, is that when we have wet the fabric and then just done a little drop of our multi-surface paint, you can see how different materials react with the pigment. Yeah. So we've got the linen, which spreads, but it sort of stops midway. Cotton sheeting, you know, works okay. We find that calicos and canvases, actually, because they're quite heavy and the weave is quite tight, it tends to spread a little bit and then stop in its tracks, and then you get the pooling of the mica that's in the paint, and it sits on the fabric and it shows itself. The microfiber, and this is also not the microfiber that you clean with, of course. This is the linen microfiber. When you put your pigment on, it spreads through the open weave of the fabric, and that's how we get our really lovely, soft, subtle hues, and especially when you're introducing second and third colours, this can look really, really attractive. And
it's very ethereal, becomes the paint becomes ethereal.
Yes,
you know.
But we don't want to put anybody off from, you know, experimenting with painting. If you want to use your cottons and your linens, then by all means, please crack on. But if you want to try the technique where we're doing this, then you really do need something like a microfiber, and
We
this
have
is
found,
ideal.
we have found the details for the microfiber. So now those ones are on the screen. So we have got them there. You can see the item number and the price, £17.49, and you are getting 1 meter, which I guess a meter is a lot of fabric for the project.
How wide is it, Mel? Is it 142 wide? So it is.
It's a proper length,
a proper good length. So anyway, what I've done with this, normally when I do my demonstrations, I have a spritz bottle and I spritz it with water to just make it damp. Now, you can do that, but if you're a complete beginner, the easiest way is actually to dunk it in a bucket and let it properly soak for quite a while, so that it is particularly wet. Well, not wet. Wet's not the right word. It has got to be damp. I mean, if I hang it up, it's not going to drip with water. And perhaps when you've got used to it, you could then just go with the spritzing. But for starters, it's actually a good little technique to do, is just to make it wet.
Can I ask you to move the mat a little bit more towards me, please?
Yes, I can.
Sorry, it's just because the overhead, the camera above us.
Is that better?
Is that
far
better?
enough?
A little bit more, please.
Let me move this out of the way, and then.
Yeah, it's just sometimes with social distancing makes things a little bit.
Mel has set the whole setup, bless her, while I have been outside.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, that's great.
I didn't bring the tile in until the last minute, so that's for why. Are we set then?
Yeah, we are set.
Marvellous.
Perfect.
Right, so we've got our damp fabric, and it's the microfiber, and then we've got our multi-surface paint, which is on the show. Okay. And again, the reason we use the multi-surface is because it's highly pigmented. It's got very intense colour. And you can blend them. You can blend them on a palette, but you can also blend them on the fabric, and that's the joy of painting on fabric, is the spreading. Almost, you're slightly out of control. It takes on the control. Yes, the control itself, and then you end up with the most amazing effects you had never really anticipated.
And I have to say that after watching you for many years, I had bought it early on, a kit, but I thought, well, you know, it's Cathie, it won't work. It will work for Cathie, but not for me. I tried once, and it works exactly as Cathie says, because it's the beauty of the fabric, and of course the beauty of the acrylic paints that Cathie is using. You can see them here. You have got 3 different bundles of the multi-surface paint. Now the first bundle is the top one, I believe, that we are going to talk about. So that one has got, of course, you can see it's the hot pink, aubergine, dazzle, green apple, and silver shine. Now the 392870. Then we have got below that, we have got the that one, that one is gorgeous. Is that the one that has got the metallic in it?
Yes, it is. That's got the gold, like the gold glitter.
So that's the gold one. And then, of course, this one is Atlantic Blue, Soft Mulberry, Vintage Gold, and Sunlight Gold. And then the last one that we have got is, I believe that's the red that Cathie is using.
Yeah, Strawberry Fire.
A Strawberry Fire, that's a lovely colour. Royal Purple, Meadow Grass, and of course, a Sparkle Red.
Whoops, Daisy.
Oh, I'm just really
We've got actually a very short counter for the amount of stuff we've got on it.
Right. Now, of course, they are multi-surface paint, so it means that it can go not only on the fabric, but all MDF, wood, and of course, paper, plastic, and so much more.
Yeah. And
now, I need to tell you as well, sorry about this, because it's an incredibly busy show. 20% of the one-day special has already gone, so if you be quick, this is, 20 minutes in the first hour of the launch, so please do check out your baskets if you do not want to miss out.
Right. A testament actually to the paint. When Mel and I started, it was the first paint we actually used, and we haven't changed since, and we do a lot of testing, and of course it's permanent on fabric, so you can use it on as a watercolour, you can paint with it, which we're going to show in the next couple of days, and once it's heat set with a hot iron or a heat gun, it's permanent on fabric. So it really is a multi-surface. So I've got my damp pieces of microfiber, and I've added some pigment. You can use the paints really dilute as a watercolour. This is about midway, or you can use them neatly to get more intense colour. And all I'm going to do on my damp material is going to treat them all the same, and it all will come clear at the end, hopefully at the end of this hour. If not the end of this hour, certainly at 8 o'clock.
Can I ask you, is there any preference of brushes? What
No, anything.
Anything.
I mean, the only reason I use these is because they're wide and they, you know, obviously contain, will hold a lot of water and pigment, so that's the only reason why. And then I'm going to introduce the blue. I don't know that I've mixed enough up here, but...
Sounds like, yeah.
And so we're hopefully going to get some interesting colours where they meet. And I might actually introduce...
I mean, I like it just like that. I mean, it's certain modern art, you know, Rothko.
It is,
you know?
and I think sometimes when you plan too much and it doesn't work out, you can often end up disappointed, whereas actually if you don't know, it can quite often be a really nice surprise. Let's do, I think we might do a little bit of the... This is the soft mulberry. This is one of our newer colours, and I love this one. It's so gorgeous.
Now, can I ask also, the microfiber, once it's dry, could we sew with it? Can we do
Yes, you can. And because it's a lovely, nice, open weave, if you want to thread count and do embroidery, you can do.
Of course.
Yeah, you can. It's just so versatile, and I think that's another reason why we just love it so much. I mean, every project that we try and do, it seems to tick all the boxes. So, right, you can see that I've covered this with pigment. Now, when I'm at home, if I want to have a piece of fabric where it all blends, I would hang it up with pegs on my washing line at home, like that, and the colour would seep, so the blue would seep
drop down
through and drop down. Now that can be really effective and a nice technique, but if you hang it on like that for too long, all the colour can drop out the bottom and you can lose it all. So what I do is I hang it on the line for about 10 minutes, then I turn it. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, and actually after about 20-30 minutes, it's not dry, but it's not going to
there is no
drop
movement
anymore.
Yeah.
And then you can get really lovely effects. So that's what I would do with the first one at home, but obviously I'm not hanging it here. So here, I need my oh, there it is, my towel. Here I'm going to put the first one just on some kitchen towel. Now, top tip, if you are going to leave a piece of fabric on a surface to dry, you should really put it on kitchen towel. And the reason being, you can see where this is pulled.
Yes.
If you don't have something to absorb that, this will actually show on your piece of fabric. Now that can be really effective and a really good technique. So again, it's something that's not necessarily wrong, it's just different. This one, I'm going to just bunch up lightly, like that, and I'm going to leave it to dry, like that. This one, I'm going to tie really tightly in my rubber band. I might have to actually dry this off outside for everyone, because this one obviously will take longer to dry because it's damp right in the middle. That's my third one. So we've got 3 different techniques of how we have used the pigments.
Okay.
And then obviously you don't waste what's on your, this is just an old bit of bocking foot, but you just pick up your extras, and you start to make really lovely backgrounds which you can use for card projects.
We have got the details as well for the booking for hot press cards. 300 GSM, £11.99 for 20 sheets of A4. And you can see the item number there on the screen. Right.
Okay, so I'm going to then work on the partridges. So if I can just have a time to clear
we'll
up.
let you you go ahead and clean up your surface, and we will show, of course, the one-day special. Over 20% of the one-day special has already gone. Now, that's the stock that should last, of course, 24 hours, because the one-day special is launched on at 6 p.m. and, of course, should last until 6 p.m. the following day. However, 20 minutes in, or half an hour of the first hour, we have got already 20%, over 20% has already gone. Now, what do you get? You get the beautiful artwork of one of the guest designers from Pink Ink Designs, of course, is the beautiful work of Alexandra Giku. Now, one of the things that I love that, you know, the Cathie and Mel work with other artists to bring you more variety, but also still you see the quality. the intricate nature of the stamps, the element of true artistry. You can see the whimsical nature, but also the beautiful sophistication. I always think that with these ones, it's the animals, but they have innocence, but also the character. And you can see that because it's true artists that draw all these beautiful illustrations. The way that you get side borders as well with those beautiful snowflakes, those elements that you can bring to life and incorporate and layer them together. Look at that gorgeous in a pear tree. Look, it's almost like that sort of whimsical creature that comes to life when you stamp it, and then you can accentuate each little line. Look at the pear here, look at how the wings, kind of the feathers in here, all that detail. And look, a separate candle. Imagine a tag that you want to do. Imagine bringing those to life. Now, the way that you can use them is so varied, because you can do decorations for the home, in which, of course, these will make the most stunning feature points. Think about creating pieces of artwork, combining with other pink ink stamps that you may have, the hummingbird, the owl, but of course, the beautiful robin, the beautiful, of course, peacocks that are there here. The nature of these stamps means that you have got a focal point, one standing out stamp that commands the attention, that says, here I am, look at me. But you have got all the different elements in here to add those layers, to add those kind of interest backgrounds. Look at that. And of course, you are getting also these. I completely agree with Mel. This is an all year round stamp, but also perfect for Christmas, maybe for the season of winter when you want to see a send Happy New Year. May all your wishes come true. And this is what this beautiful stamp collection brings to you, is the versatility for Christmas, but also all year round. Of course, it's the one-day special from Pink Ink Designs. 854323 is your item number. Remember, you have got a £10 saving, but you also have got that flexi-buy option to spread the cost into interest-free payments of £29.98. Moving on to also a brand new stamp set, but this one is from Natasha Gosha. Now, a quarter of the stock has already gone for this beautiful imagery. Now, in here you have got the, Chris Mouse, and I love that because I kind of think that they lend themselves to to create those stories, to build those beautiful kind of stories about the Christmas, the mice at Christmas. What are they up to? What are they doing? Are they naughty and eating a lot of, chocolate? And look at the sentiments as well. Peace, love, and joy to you and yours. The Let It Snow, the Merry Christmas as well. And I love the fact that you can create stories, be inspired by the imagery to create your own personal Christmas adventure. Now, if you want to go for this amazing brand new bundle, you can do that. Your item number is 780841. You have got the saving of £5.50, and you also have got the option of flexi buy, which means to spread the cost in interest-free payments. Now, also very busy. We are very busy across the board, but of course the rice papers. Now, the rice papers, you can choose whichever 2 packs out of the choice of the 3. Now, a third of the stock of the hair has already gone. If you want to grab yours, please do check out your baskets for that one, plus whichever one. A quarter of the stock for the unicorn has gone as well. And then we have got the 20% of the peacocks as well. So we are all very, very busy. And you have to say welcome to those American viewers and as well European viewers that are watching from across the borders, because I know you are enjoying Pink Ink Designs as much as we are here in the UK. Right, so can we join?
Yes.
Cathie, sorry.
Kathy, Mel, I'm ready. I would like to show this at the end of the hour, so I'm just giving these pieces that we did earlier just a little bit of a dry. But anyway, right, where we're at with this is the microfiber. I haven't painted this one first. You could do the technique that I've just shown and then do your stamping on the top, but for the demonstration I just wanted to be really clear what we were doing. So we've got the partridge. I love this design. It's just so pretty. And I just think it actually, you know, you could use it not at Christmas. It's just such a really decorative illustration. So what we've done is we've got our stamp, and what we use is Versacraft. I'm not sure if we've got any on the show this time, but again, the pigment of our choice for stamping on to fabric is the Versacraft, and the reason is that it's highly pigmented, it's permanent on fabric, but you can do this spritzing technique, which I'm going to do here. So this one that I'm going to do here is how I achieved this. So I'm just going to get it in line. Okay. And stamp. Now, when you're using big stamps, you really have to pay extra care to the centre of the image so that it gets a good impression. The outsides are a little bit easier, but the inside is less so. Okay. Now, it doesn't look very much at the minute. So, if we wanted to keep it like that, I could get my heat gun or a hot iron, and I could fix it and leave it, and it wouldn't budge. It would just stay as delicate line work. And I'm going to do the same again on this one, because one we're going to spritz and one we're not. So you can compare the two side by side.
Once we heat set it, it automatically becomes waterproof?
Yes, and you can launder it. Now, you can use other stamping inks. You can use solvent base, work on fabric. Quite often solvent base, you do get a slight furry line depending on what materials you use, especially if you're using silks. You can use other water-based pigments, but they are not permanent on fabric like this one is. So again, you know, you can try what you've got in your craft stash, but you might not get the results that you require. So we're now stage 1. Stage 2 is spritz bottle with some water in. Now, I haven't heat fixed that. I would need to fix it if I didn't want the pigment to spread. So what I might do is just cover it, because I do not want to get that one to get wet. And to achieve this, all I do is spritz it. Now, just the process of spritzing it intensifies the colour. So if you compare that to that,
wow,
see?
Yeah,
that to that, it automatically starts to activate the colour. Now, what I could do is I could hairdryer that off, or heat gun it off right now, and it spreads no further at all. Or I could leave it, and what will happen is it will keep spreading to this effect.
So you have got a control of how much expansion you want.
Exactly. So quite often I spritz something and I might dry it off straight away, or I might just observe it for, you know, 5 minutes, and I might spritz, or I just walk away and leave it really for the day and come back. And sometimes if I spritz it and my ink pad is a little bit dry, I might go over it again and give it a second impression so it's got a little bit more pigment. So you can see how it's beginning to spread, and obviously the more water we add, the further it's going to spread. Actually, I'm just going to dry this one off, because I don't want to spoil this piece by the water spreading and spreading this pigment, because it really needs to be in sequence for you to know actually how this works. So again, it's a bit like the painting. You haven't necessarily got, well, you have got control, but it's quite often a surprise, and I think that's part of the joy of it. Yeah. So this is now dried off and shouldn't spread. So this is how I did this one. So on this one, my next stage is to intensify the colour, and all I've done with this one is I have added just a deeper green. So we're going to go on
and then
with a deeper green.
That's gorgeous. Now that could be a fabulous runner for Christmas, table runner.
Yes, or we've done, I don't know if you can see the chair behind, we've upholstered a child's chair.
Well, I'm extremely clumsy today, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be, I don't know, this is a little bit...
Just tip it up, but you can see that the process is exactly the same. So, and you can see that some are more blurred than others, some I've added more paint on than others, and that's what makes it such a lovely handmade piece, because...
Beautiful.
no two are the same.
Yeah, it's
they're quite
absolutely
different.
fabulous.
So in order to intensify, I'm going to go over the top. Now, a lot of people worry, they think, oh my golly, I'm not going to line it up. And we always use a foam feet.
Acrylic block.
Yeah. Platform.
Yeah.
So what you do is, I find points and I line up the points, but because it's on the legs, you've got room to manoeuvre and twist it a little bit, and it's not the end of the world if it's not bang on. In fact, sometimes it can be really quite attractive if it's not straight on. And again, you want to give it a good impression.
Yeah.
Up it comes, and that defines the image.
That's gorgeous.
So the next one along, I then heat set it. So I don't want that dark green to move. I want it to stay static. I don't want to dry this one off because that's still spreading.
Yeah. And
How am I
you can
doing for
see
time?
all the detail. We have got about 15 minutes.
Oh, perfect. Because I don't really want to rush this because I think it's, the process is quite interesting.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous. And I kind of say, I love this image because it has got the pears there, but they are kind of almost hidden. So I think that this is, again, an all year round image. Not just
well, I
for
think
Christmas.
so too. I mean, it's got a nod to Christmas, but we've worked with Alexandra before. Was it about a year ago, Mel? Or about a year ago, where she did some other designs for her. And we just love what she does.
And
She's very talented.
It kind of complements your own artwork because it's kind of, I would say, in the same family, but it's still different.
Yes, yeah, I know what you mean. So the next one we did was I felt it needed a bit of shading. So I could have gone in with a paintbrush and shaded it, but I didn't. I just went in here. Now this is really to illustrate that with inking up, you don't need to ink up all of it. So all I did for here is I inked up that bit, and I've left the rest. Actually, I think I might have put a little bit of blue. It looks like I put a bit of blue on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit here, and I think I did here, but not on the body.
Okay. Now, if somebody is watching at home and they think, well, they don't have these ink pads.
Yes.
Could they do something similar by dabbing with the multi-surface paint with a sponge to the stamp?
Yes, you can. I mean, tomorrow we're going to actually show more painting techniques with the multi-surface. But I mean, you can try it with, other water-based stamping inks. But and it'd be fine if it's a piece that's not going to be laundered. It would be absolutely fine. But I think it's quite nice to have the option that if you want, if you had a bag and you want to you just want to be able to wash it. So I've got it there and I've got it there. And then when I spritz this time, I'm hoping it's just going to spread in the areas that I've selected. So there and there.
I see.
So I'm trying to get it looking like that's coming from behind. So you can see how it's intensifying.
Yeah.
And then this will then spread like this.
So darker tones over there.
So, I mean, again, if you wanted to stop it in its tracks, you could dry it now and it will stop, but we're going to let it go and do its own thing. Next stage, because we're getting to the paint. The pink is the multi-surface paint, you see.
Yeah.
So the next one is adding the paint. So we finished with the inks, and now we want to get our hot pink. Again, this colour's been with us right from the beginning. It's such a good colour. And all I do is, now, with painting, quite often when we've done demonstrations before, we use lots of water and paint within it. But on this one, we want to paint neat so that when you paint it neat, it doesn't bleed. Some people get a bit anxious when pigment goes over a line. So what I'm going to do, in order to use it neat, you want to have a very damp, not very damp, it's got to be a dry brush, but it has to have had some water on it, because if not, and you put your pigment on, it doesn't flow. and it's almost like painting with glue.
Yeah.
So I've put it in my water, but actually I've taken
most of it.
Yeah, and actually somebody said last time we were on in February, Cathy, why do you keep dabbing your brush? I always have a tissue in my hand and I keep dabbing. And they said, why are you dabbing? And I says, because I put it in, I take the moisture off before I go and pick my paint up. Because if I don't, this pink is going to spread. So in order to put in my neat colour, and if you think, oh my golly, I've got my brush, it is too wet, I've got too much water, and you start to see it seep, immediately blot and take the moisture up. So that's one way of doing it, but actually I want this to be quite intense, so I'm going to lay the paint on fairly thickly. And we've done colour in the hair. Oh, it's so nice to be back.
Oh, it's so nice to have you back. And what my producer just said, and I completely agree. It's so nice to to see you in demonstrations, because it's like an art lesson and a step by step. So we learn so much every single time. So we are thrilled to have you back.
Well, thank you.
In the studio.
Now, I just want to talk actually about shading, because you might think, well, I've added water here to make it fade away. Like I said, I'm trying to make this that everything's used neatly. So if you're a beginner, you've got more control over your pigment. So I've put it on relatively thickly, and then to get it to fade, might take some of the pigment off. So I've got some pigment on my brush, but not a lot. You then sort of stroke the fabric with your brush, and it kind of sort of drags paint over, and that's how you can get it to fade. Yeah. And so when come in from the other side with a bit of paint, take the paint off and then drag. I always say it's a bit like just kissing the fabric, so you're just sort of dusting it over the top.
Yeah. Look at that. And I love how you can't really control it. If you want to control or more, you have got that option of applying a little bit of heat, and once that you are happy with the spreading. So
quite thick, and then not much pigment on my brush, and then just kissing or dusting the surface, or you can use your finger just to spread, and that sort of softens. So that's another way of doing shading.
That's gorgeous.
And we'll build up.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful colour that is on the multi-surface paint.
Yes.
Which is...
So this is the hot pink.
The hot pink.
And this, once it's heat pressed with an iron, it's permanent on fabric, but it works brilliantly on papers, board, wood, MDF. Literally, I don't have any other pigments. This is what we have, and I use it on everything.
Can you mix them together to create a brand new colour?
Yeah, of course you can. You can mix them on a palette like you would any other colour, or like we have done with the demonstration earlier. Let them blend themselves. I mean, I think Mel's going to think it's really curious that I've used red and blue, because I'm not quite sure. Well, we'll get purples, I think.
Yes. Well, they will go very well with the papers, because those ones are kind of purples and pinks and blues, and so they could work really well.
Yeah. So I'm not going to do all of it, because I don't want to run out of time. I want to get to the end one in this hour. Okay. So how much time have I got?
6 minutes.
Oh gosh, right, I'm going to leave that one then. So that's how we would add the pink. And like I say, to set it, you either use a hot iron or a heat tool. Okay. And then that's permanent again. That can then be laundered. Okay. And then, I don't know if I've got my white, Mel, my white paint.
Oh, white paint. One in the box. Oh, here.
Oh, right. Is it white, or is it? Oh, we have got white. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Shall I go and fetch it?
Yes, please.
Yes.
There should be one just in there.
I'll go.
It's like an opaque white.
Sparkle.
Yeah, is it that one?
Yeah.
Lovely.
So I'll leave it
Thank you. I did bring one, but I'm not quite sure what I've done with it. Okay. And then the white, so which one have I just... Oh, I've just done that one. So this is my next stage, is white. Yeah. And white is the one colour I couldn't go anywhere without, because this is where we start putting the highlights on, and
Yep.
it just lifts the design. So again, neatly, and you can just put it on neat and leave it, or you can do this like kissing, stroking technique where you're sort of smudging it, and that's, I mean, we're getting pale pink, and all I've done is put on white.
It's really opaque, this
It
white.
is, it's lovely. Use it on everything.
You almost can use it as a gesso as well for other projects.
Yes, yeah, we use it as a gesso on MDFs. When I'm doing dots on paper crafts, you know, sometimes a gel pen, I don't think always gives a very good dot, whereas actually this on a brush does. So I use it for that quite a bit.
And I love how it makes it, like you were saying, three-dimensional by adding the white rather than the shade. Yeah.
You know, you could mix this and make the pink up on your palette, or actually I'm making a pale pink just by going over the top. I mean, this pink's already dry, but just by stroking it out, look, you're getting a really lovely pale pink.
Yeah.
And again, if it's too much, or you think you've put too much on, dab it off, and you know, you can always take it off and then keep building it up again.
Now, the one-day special, a quarter of the stock has already gone. If you want to go for this fabulous new collection, your details are on the screen. Remember, we are just at the first hour. It should last 24 hours, but if you do not want to miss out, the only way is to check out your baskets. Remember that if you might want to go for an individual stamp set, we have got them individually. Now, they are £17 and 49 pence each, and you can have them as well. But of course, remember that the saving and the flexi-buy option is going for the one-day special, the all 4 sets there, and the details for the full collection are on your screen. Now, they are all fabulous designs, so I would go for the full collection rather than individuals because of the saving as well. And of course, that includes the beautiful inner pear tree that Cathie is using. Look at that. I just love it.
How long have
We
I
have
got?
got about 3 minutes.
3
until the end
minutes.
of the show.
Okay. So what I would do is I would just carry on building up the white.
Yeah.
The next stage is the sparkle, and in the bundles, each one has a sparkle to it, and it really is sparkly. I think I used the silver on this one. This is just fabulous.
Yeah.
The binder, it looks like it's just a grey, but it's not. That's the colour of the binder. All you get with this actually is just the glitter that sits on the top. And my top tip also with the glitter is not to use it too thickly. If you use it really thick, it's so thick it kind of distorts the colour underneath. And actually, we want to keep we want to see the colour. We just want to accentuate it. So you will literally just mix it with some water, fairly dilute, paint it on, and as the binder dries clear, you're just left with this sparkle. And again, heat set it with an iron, and you can launder it. I mean, I've put it on jeans, put it on, it's fabulous if you stencil it through onto felt, and yeah, it's fab.
Now, it's funny because from here, I'm 2 meters away from you, and from the side, I see the one that has dried, completely glittering and glistening under the lights. It's absolutely stunning.
Right, have we got time to show the fabric?
We have got a minute.
Oh, quick. Right, I don't know if this probably is still too... well, it's... Let's move this out of the way. I don't want to spoil it, so...
Okay.
It's still drying, but can you see we're getting these lines?
Yes.
As it dries, that gets more prominent and accentuated. And this one, I don't think would have worked because it's nowhere near dry, but we'll just have a little peep. But can you see?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
We can see.
But again, it looks a bit like it's been tie-dyed.
Well, it's a bit tie-dyed because you wrapped it around.
It's fabulous. And then Mel's is still dropping and seeping. But you get the idea of how this works.
Gonna grab
so very different techniques, and of course you can stamp on top of it.
Look at that. This is when it was Mel, so you can see it here. Well, the one Mel was holding, and that's beautiful. And of course, you can achieve all those results if you go for the microfiber. Remember that those details are on the screen. Do join us, of course, at 8 p.m. Of course, remember that Cathie and Mel will be back at 8. Now, the one-day special, we are very busy for it. If you want yours, do grab it. You need to check out your baskets. The item number is 854323. You have got that saving of £10 and flexi-buy option as well. Now, of course, and do check out your baskets. I'll see you in an hour's time with, of course, more inspirational demos from Cathie and Mel